So this is Nova, and this dude is so damn underrated it's actually criminal. So Nova's real name is Richard Rider. Richard grew up in Long Island, New York, and fun fact, he was also one of Marvel's first teenage superheroes along with Spider-Man and the original X-Men. So this starts off with Richard in high school participating in a basketball game. A player on the other team goes to shoot, but when Richard tries to block it, it fails, losing them the entire game. His team gets on his ass about this, but that's when we cut to outer space where we see an alien named Roman Day, who's actually the previous Nova. He's searching for someone to be his successor after him being literally paralyzed by a crazy-ass battle with a being named Zor. This battle left his entire planet extinct. He senses Richard and decides to link both of their minds by shooting a beam down to Earth. We then cut to Richard getting bullied when all of a sudden Bro gets hit with the beam, making him go into a whole-ass coma. Bro then wakes up to a vision of Roman telling Richard that he is now the Centurion named Nova and it's up to him to stop Zor from destroying his planet. Richard then wakes up and out of nowhere, cosmic beams start shooting through Bro's eyes, causing a tiny-ass explosion. He makes a recovery and eventually goes back home, but he's left wondering what exactly happened to him. And if he does have powers, then why can't he feel them? He then says that maybe it was all a dream, but that's when out of nowhere we see a bunch of energy explode out of Richard, turning him to Nova for the very first time. After this, Bro goes outside to test his powers, and Bro can fly so fast that he describes himself as a human rocket. He then starts to think to himself that maybe he can even get back at the people who bullied him, but he quickly changes his mind because of how terrible of a person it would make him. Suddenly though, Nova starts to pick up a signal in his helmet that there's danger somewhere. Bro races there, and that's when we see that this is fucking Zor, bro. The same dude that left the original Nova paralyzed. Nova and Zor start boxing, and they actually start going blow for blow at first. But this battle is getting destructive. It's so bad it's putting civilians in danger, and it distracts the fuck out of Nova. Zor starts to get the upper hand, but that's when out of nowhere, Bro disappears in an explosion. We then cut back to Richard in his home thinking about what just happened to him and what happened to the previous Nova since he can't sense him anymore. The comic then cuts back to the previous Nova and how it was him who used the last of his power to stop Zor, making him pass away in the process. Richard comes to terms with the fact that he's alone now, but he vows to only use his powers for good no matter the risk. For that is his only destiny as Nova. Now this was just his origin, but this dude Richard does hella shit as Nova. During the Annihilation event, which is when a nihilist invades the universe from the negative zone, a grown-up Richard led the United Front, which consisted of Skrulls and the Kree against the nihilists, and he won the war. This dude also single-handedly rebuilt the entire Nova Corps. He's fought and held his own against multiple heroes of Galactus like Terrax and Silver Surfer. He founded a team called the New Warriors, which consisted of heroes like Night Thrasher, Firestar, and Namorita, who's actually Namor's cousin. He teams up with Quasar and travels to something called the Cancerverse, which is a twisted reality where death doesn't exist and life has grown out of control. This universe's forces were led by an undead version of the first Captain Marvel named Mar-Vell, and this dude planned to invade the entirety of the 616 universe. This got so bad that Nova and the Guardians of the Galaxy get Thanos' help. They eventually win the war against the Cancerverse, but Thanos ends up betraying everyone, leading to Nova and Star-Lord staying in a collapsing Cancerverse with Thanos to make sure he doesn't get back to 616. This actually led everyone thinking Nova was dead for a while. So long in fact that a kid named Sam Alexander picks up the mantle